Security. Yeah. So when I used to grow some herb in the back, because I live in a main intersection on a main corner, gets heavy traffic. Um, I had 11 4K uh, security cameras running 24/7, and they went to a 2 terabyte recording device that would kick out the old video and record new video. So I always had 36 hours of video being recorded at all times. This is how I suggest everyone set it up. You don't need some fucking service, okay? If you buy a security camera that's hooked up to a service, you are literally throwing money down the toilet, okay? Oh, what, you think they have 10,000 people watching their 1 million cameras they sold? Monitoring every minute, making sure your house is safe? That is a complete fantasy, okay? You have a digital recorder that at any time, all I have to do is hit one button on my phone, and I had 6 views pop up, okay? And then I could tap one more button and have 5 different views pop up. All of my cameras ran consecutive around the house, so that each camera, the edge of each camera lined up with the edge of the next camera. So I had a full view from north all the way around to completely west. Some of them overlapping, because we had people that used to go through our intersection here at 100 fucking miles an hour while kids are playing outside. The police came to my house twice to get video that I had recorded. One of us shooting up here and one of us shooting on that side, okay, because of the apartment buildings. But I don't, when I stopped growing, I didn't want my neighbors having to look at cameras. The cameras were a deterrent to smart people. The fucking idiots that were going to climb over my fence to cut down a marijuana plant would literally come up to the fence where I had a camera sitting right fucking there. And this is the pictures I got. Them trying to look into the backyard. Fucking morons, okay? Listen, if you're a criminal thief, yeah, you're probably sub IQ. So I had to hang multicolored zip ties from the cameras, like fucking strings. So that, look, there's a camera, bro. Okay? It was mind-boggling how stupid these fucking people could be. There's no way into my yard at all. You have to come through my door, right? Period. And everyone knows what I use for security. I don't believe in guns. My nephew was killed in a home invasion in Fresno over some fucking weed, over a fucking bag of weed. His life ended because some motherfucker thought he was a couple of bags of pot was going to solve all of his problems in his life. And he was willing to take a life for that. You know what I mean? A diseased fucking mind. There's no other way to describe it. So what I prefer is a blinding laser and a 7-iron. So this is what I did. I take all my cameras down afterwards. But then I still get these fucking creeps that are thinking maybe, possibly thing, you know what I mean? So I use pinhole cameras now. I still have cameras surrounding my entire house, and I'll guarantee you that if you walked around my house just 5 feet from the wall, you wouldn't see a single one of them. Ever. That's so my neighbors can walk around, walk their dogs, and not feel like that they're being watched and recorded, okay? Because it's just not good for neighborly connection, you know what I mean? when you've got fucking cameras hanging off every corner of your house. It's not a good look. So pinhole cameras, that's what I suggest. They're just as good. You can get just as high. They cost a little bit more for the smaller high definition cameras, okay? But they still serve the same function, just basic security for your home. You don't need some goddamn service running, okay? Don't waste your money on that shit. They're not watching nothing, all right? So never trust a stranger with your security at home. You know what I mean? Harmony, my granddaughter, unfortunately, is this cute little thing, and somebody followed her home, and I told her, next time you call me, I go out and I take a picture, because those kind of people don't like their picture taken. Well, they didn't know that they had their picture taken already, see? But the point is to walk outside, flash your camera on your phone so that people understand that you're not a victim. You see, they love victims. Those kind of people love victims because victims to them are helpless. The lasers that I have, they never run out of ammo. Basically, it's impossible to miss. Even 400 or 500 yards away, it's impossible to miss. You can't miss. Even a person who's never fired a weapon in their life can't miss. If you can point your finger, if you can shine a flashlight at somebody. And I have two kinds. I have a box. I've shown it before. I have lasers that are set with a very large diameter aperture, so that when you turn the laser on, if I shined it at the end of my room, what you would see is a spot that was maybe 10 or 12 inches around. That's for hitting the disco ball I have hanging in the other room, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And I try to explain it to people like a coffee can full of pencil lids. So you have a coffee can full of pencil lids. And I recommend this for anyone. They're hard to get a hold of, but you can get them, okay? Is a laser. You know, I know many women who would never shoot an intruder because it's just not in them. But boy, they wouldn't have any problem blinding them. I can tell you that right now. Picture a can of pencil lids, a coffee can full of pencil lids, okay? You've got 5,000 pencil lids in this can. That's what it's like when I have my apertures set to a 10-inch radius. But what I can do is I can take all of those pencil lids and I can focus them down to the size of a single pencil lid. That's when you see me burning through CD cases in 1 second. That's with a green 532 nanometer laser. That's not a 445 nanometer laser because those are even hotter. That's what they use for surgeries, things like that, is a blue wavelength, okay? The green wavelength, if you're running it at that small of an aperture, that small of a diameter of a culminated beam, you don't get a second chance. So I have two. I have one that I consider to be a permanent, instantly blinding, permanent, you're fucked weapon. And then I have another one that is a warning, okay, that is going to, if you get flashed by that, especially in the daytime, what you would see is a yellow dot this big in front of your face. Now, you might have a little peripheral vision off to the sides, okay? And that's going to go away in about 4 hours. But you would still have a little bit of damage, okay? The one that is this big, that's 3 watts, it's going to melt your optic nerve instantly. Why? Well, because you have more green cones in your eye than any other receiver. Okay, you have more green cones, which is why the green 532 nanometer lasers are more visible to people. So I have both types. They stay in a case that the kids cannot open, and I consider them serious weapons, which is, they're not toys, and I don't play around with them. And I take them out on the 4th of July, and I, basically shine them through the smoke as they're having their fireworks show, and my lasers are as bright as some of the fireworks that are going off. Everyone who knows me goes, "Yep, I saw your lasers last night." So that's my security. That's what I use for security. I don't believe in having guns any longer. I used to have a lot. All my life, I've been a marksman. I consider myself to be in the top 0.01% of marksmen in the nation. I'll shoot against anybody, any weapon, any distance, anytime, anywhere, for any amount of money. I shoot, my average score is 99 out of 100 when it comes to skeet. I fired 10 boxes of shotgun shells every weekend, from the age of 7 on up to 21. I probably fired a couple during the week. I'm sure that I fired 400,022 rounds, 10,243, 10,030-odd-6, 10,303, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, all the way up to my pellet rifles. I had to get rid of my pellet guns because I'm too tempted to shoot them in the backyard, and my crows absolutely despise it. They don't even like sticks. If you pick up a rock, they know. And so I got rid of those out of respect for for my crows. Yeah, the lasers I have, you have to be careful. You can literally damage instrumentation on fucking satellites with some of these. That's what I prefer for security. Again, get pinhole cameras, get you a laser, and I think you're set pretty much for the average security that's needed on average. Okay? Simple as that. I was asked numerous times what I do with my lasers because of the videos that I've shown. I do nothing. About every 3 months, I check my batteries to make sure there's no corrosion, to make sure that they're charged properly, and then I'll let them discharge into my firebox in here. I'll let them discharge and then recharge them up. I try to keep my batteries healthy. All of my lithium-ion batteries are kept in containers inside my steel toolboxes that I've shown, okay? Because they are a fire hazard. I never leave lithium-ion batteries charging in my charger. When I go to bed, they're always taken out. And that's about it. That's about it for the person that asked. It's like I always told my sisters, don't be paranoid, but always be aware. You know what I mean? Like Harmony, I said, you should have called me instead of driving around the block and having them be gone. I said, you never know. Where we live and the place we live and the way it is here, underneath the lights and on a main corner, I know that the people over here have cameras and the people over there have cameras. So my house is in camera 24/7. That's about it, really. You see security cameras of all types and all ways. If you want people to see you have cameras, I suggest you get white ones and mount them somewhere near your door. Don't get these, oh, this is the new camera that's destroying the camera business. You know what I mean? You've seen those videos on YouTube, right? If you have a camera service, throw your cameras away now. And here's this little fucking magnetic camera that someone could walk up and just go blip and take right off your fucking wall. It is so stupid. You know what I mean? They need to be screwed securely to your wall. So at least they need a fucking drill gun to unconnect them. Everything I have is wired. I don't believe in wireless cameras because those can be hacked too easy. So everything I have is always wired when possible, right? But if you want to have deterrent, don't get fake cameras. You can buy fake cameras, 2 fake cameras for $42, and you can buy a real wireless camera for $38. So, yeah, just get wireless cameras. Make sure they're white so that the idiots can see them, and that's your best deterrent for security, is to have cameras they can see. Okay? When they walk up and they're like this, because they can't see you have a security camera pointed right in their face, then there's no deterrence and it's doing no good whatsoever. Because the camera's not going to stop a stupid person, right? All you're going to have is evidence for the police to go get them later. But it's not going to prevent them from doing anything stupid like trying to break into your house, okay? And the same thing with the security, you know, the sign up for this shit is just bullshit, right? It's bullshit. Most of the good systems, you can get for $350, you can get an amazing system with 4 cameras, with a 2 terabyte recording box. You know what I mean? The technology has come miles and miles since 10 years ago when I started using them. They've just come so far. The prices dropped immensely for quality. Okay, 4K security cameras 8 years ago were costing me $225 a camera per camera. Okay. Now you can get a night vision, 24 night LED infrared beam camera for $38. Yeah, it's quite a difference. But yeah, don't pay for services. And if you want to be nice to your neighbors, use pin cameras, right? Because people can't see them. And, I haven't grown in 4 years now because that was just too stressful and a headache for me. There's so much marijuana in the North State. You know what I mean? Everybody's growing up here. I smell it constantly during the summertime. The whole neighborhood reeks. Now that it's legal, there's an overabundance, which always cracks me up why these marijuana shops are still charging $80 an eighth or $50 for an eighth, okay? When people will sell you a pound for $100. It's just flooded up here. There's just so much of it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's one of the problems with hiking out in the forest is you run across somebody's grow. And see, they're looking at it as money. And that's what got my nephew killed, because people look at it as money. And I can tell you that person is going to be, yeah. I've always told everyone this is an illusion we live in. Albert Einstein said that, not Laren. Albert said that. Okay, this is a persistent illusion. We're still just monkeys barely out of the tree, and we don't understand reality. We probably won't for a very long time. And who knows why people need so badly that they're willing to take another life. You know what I mean? Yeah. My opinion of mankind is better than it used to be. But it's improving very slowly. You know what I mean? Very slowly. So, again, don't hang cameras all over your house because it's not neighborly. But you can have the same amount of security with pin cameras. Get your recording system that you can access the box wirelessly, not the cameras. Cameras are too easy to hack. The box that is doing the recording, okay, can be wired directly into your router over there, just the way mine is. Simple as that.